Oh, shoot. Am I recording? Hey, y'all. This is Meditaion 7 coming live and direct from my kitchen. And I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thanks for tuning into my channel, man. I'm just making a video about, every time I have a subject matter about things going on in my life and have conversations about it, I said I was going to make a video about it. While it's, kind of put it out there in the atmosphere and release it. I have to do that with my brain. Like, I fill up with so much stuff, I have to, empty it back out, and YouTube is a good way for me to do that without, talking about friends to death. So, anyway. So, I was talking to a friend of mine. You might know her. Her name is Story for Life. She has her own channel. She's a very spiritual, conscious being that has awesome poetry. And with all this truth, just, forget kernels of truth. She got whole quarter of cobs of truth. So, I think y'all should check her out. Now, we were talking about Dharma. Dharma is basically the spiritual path that you're on when you start deconditioning yourself to what you were taught, what you learned, what you thought was true, the shit that you always knew that wasn't quite right, but you stuck with it because you was born a Christian, because your mama made you a Christian and she got you Christian when you was 3 months old and shit like that. Okay. So we were talking about that. We always talk about conditioning because you have to be able to see the conditioning that you're in. And some of the folks conditioning run deep. I mean, when you hear the same thing every Sunday, it is, can't nobody tell you no different. And don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to challenge what people believe. I think people should be free to believe whatever they want to believe. But there are some people who are not comfortable in their conditioning. And, somebody told me the fact that I'm a lesbian puts me on the outside. I'm able to be on the outside looking in because there's some form, shape, form of religion that tells me my life is a mistake. So it does cause me to question more. And perhaps that is true. Perhaps that's one of the reasons why I started questioning things. But there are also things on a spiritual path, a Dharma path that I challenge too. I dibble and dabble in Buddhism, Hinduism, different things that they believe and different lifestyles that they lead that I think is a very good idea. Now, this is a weird thing for me, and I'm going to share it at the advice of my friend, Story for Life. I came to a place of consciousness, of awareness, of being more than just my body, more than just what I see when I look in the mirror. I came to this awareness of, when my eyes are closed and I'm looking at the back of my eyelids and I'm not actually seeing anything. Who is it that's looking at the back of my eye? Who is it that's looking at the back of the eyelids, paying attention to the thoughts that's going on in my brain? It was like some part of myself is a piece. I began to realize they're pieces of myself. And, when I sit with my eyes closed and it's all quiet and I can see myself looking at myself, and that began to put me on a spiritual path as well. But this is funny. Most Hindus and Buddhists believe that you cannot go down a spiritual path without meditation. And this goes back to the left-sided part of your brain and the right-sided part of your brain. Well, they say traditionally women are more right-sided thinkers and men are more left-sided thinkers. I think the reason why I'm appealing to a lot of lesbians is because a lot of lesbians have man and female characteristics and they think with both sides of their brain. So it's easier for them to grasp what I'm saying because I kind of walk that bridge. There's a bridge that separates the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. I kind of sit right in the middle of that bridge. And in a lot of people's brains, that bridge is separate. If you were to break it, if you were to crack open your skull right now and take your brain out, it would actually fall away in two separate halves. You know, it's kind of connected at the bottom, you know, but it's two separate halves. I've always had this brain where mine is just a whole thing. There is no separation right there. And I think that it probably started out, and as I kept going and kept going and kept living, I think the separation starts to disappear. And I think that's one of the points of your existence, to make that separation between man and spirit disappear and mesh all together. So the left side of your brain is the mind part. It's the part that does the analytical thinking and reasoning and stuff. This is the side of your brain with atheists just get off on, because they are more left-sided thinkers. Your right side is your intuition, your spirit, your faith, your knowing without being able to explain how you know it. Meditation, the purpose of meditation is to get the left side of your brain to shut itself down for a little while so that the right side of your brain can become apparent. Let me look for this video. Let me see if I can find this video. There's a video that I have. I'm going to get the woman's name. And I came across this video and it was very phenomenal. Let me go into my favorites. Wait, let me play some commercial music. I always Lady Gaga. Okay. I was born with my freaking. I'm a loser, baby, maybe I should quit. I'm a junkie. Wish I had the money, but I can't find work. I'm a rapper. Oh, Jill Bolt Taylor. That's who it is. Jill Bolt Taylor. She was on the Oprah show. I actually never saw that episode of Oprah, but she had a stroke. And it shut down her left brain thinking, and she began to think with her right brain, and she had this phenomenal spiritual awakening experience that was right there in her brain the whole time. And that's basically the purpose of meditation. The purpose of it is to get you to shut down your left brain thinking so that you can begin to exercise the functionings of your right brain. Well, for some reason, and I honestly think it was predestined, it was just chosen by God for me, for my life. The right side of my brain has always functioned equally with the left side. So, the reason I'm putting this out there is I would assume that there are people who are like this, who think with their left and right sides at the same time anyway. And for someone like me, I only meditate every now and then. You know, it's not something I need to do every day, because what I do is I take things in through my left brain and then I process them through my left brain and then I feed them to my right brain. And my intuition kicks in, and my intuition feeds back to me. You know, there are certain things like that when you develop that, as I am continuing to do this, it's developing my right side of the brain, it's developing my automatic writing, it's developing my spirit guides, giving me pointers of which way to go and everything. So for those people that feed their left brain to get to their right brain and it crosses over, I would tell you, hold on, you know, I'm always cooking at the same time that I'm doing videos. I would tell you to feed your left brain as much as you possibly can. Feed your left brain. Everything that you come across, toil over it, analyze it, break it apart, pick it apart. What do you see? And when you go to sleep at night, pay attention to your dreams. And I'm just like giving you the techniques of what I do. Pay attention to your dreams. Then pay attention to your intuition, your first mind. You know, your first mind is, I talk about the intuition, your Holy Spirit all the time, the right side of your brain that just knows all of the answers because they're all inside of you anyway. I always say the reason I don't go to church is because I already have all the answers inside of me. So it's really hard for me to sit there and listen to somebody telling me that I don't know myself or what I need to do for myself. Telling me you ain't spiritually capable of knowing and understanding God. I got to explain it for you. What? Anyway. Astari had a challenge on her channel of looking in the mirror and asking yourself, who are you? And I'm going to add to that challenge, okay? Do everything she said. Get in the mirror. Ask yourself, who are you? You know, just make it dark. Make it where you're the only person around or completely quiet. And I challenge you to just sit there and think for a little while and see and pay attention to the thoughts that pop up. If you are a right brain thinker anyway, your spirit will begin to answer your own questions. Yeah, so that's basically it. You know, I'm trying to get people to understand that even in following Hinduism and Buddhism and where meditation and chanting is key, there are other methods to it, achieving knowing oneself and achieving oneness with the Creator. And that's all I have to say. So, thank you for watching my videos. No, for real. Thank you for watching and watching with an open mind. And I'll holler at everybody later. Feel free to drop the comments or whatever. All right. Don't expect anybody. Love you.